Well, thanks for coming, everybody. We're just about time to get to ourselves. Have a great time. Enjoy the coffee.
Do you guys want me run around and get questions, or do you guys?
I feel like you want to run.
I'm just always ready.
I feel like
I'm DTR. I'm down to run.
You are the only guest on a Sunday with this kind of energy.
Yeah, come on, man, I got it.
All right, Rico's gonna run around. Run around, Rico.
But that's my stupid name. I'm kidding.
Questions, concerns, compliments?
No feedback. Oh, I hate it. Is that me? It's me.
Reality is ripping apart right here.
The sound system is fucking haunted, yo.
Okay, Dallas, can you hear me?
Yes.
Cool, great. So I'm gonna have a question out here while the microphone's still running. Oh, got one right here. Hell yeah. Kick us off, bro. How much does the screaming hurt your voice?
That's Asta.
Oh yeah, we're looking at you, Asta.
Yeah.
Dallas, how much does the screaming hurt your voice?
A lot and every time. There's really only so much you can do to protect your voice in a situation where you're screaming for 5 hours a day for 170 weeks in a row, almost without a break. So I would just try to keep those sessions to 2 hours and leave a day break between them. Sometimes that didn't work out and you have to do it all in one day. But mostly you go in, you do it, and then you don't talk the rest of the day. Gotta just rest it up.
Wonderful first question. Thank you so much for kicking us off, you guys. The official Black Clover panel. I kind of always want to interact with Dallas's camera. So he's over here, you said? Is that one? Dallas, did you want to pick someone? Can you see anyone?
I can see some folks. Looks like they're bringing the view down a little bit for me there.
Nice.
So yes, I got a
Did you want to pick someone? Is it in 4K?
Oh, it's more like 480p.
Someone raise your hand for a question so we can let Dallas. Oh, do you see that?
The person in the front there?
Yeah! That's your choice.
That's an easy one.
I made it easy for everybody. There we go. Okay, this question's for Longris. I always thought that you got the vice captain spot a little too easy. What's your take on that?
I think I earned it. It was my right as the superior spatial magic mage. Obviously. You shut your mouth.
You shut your mouth. That's right.
Yes, let him speak. Let him speak. What do you feel about that? Okay, maybe don't speak.
Great question.
Thank you.
All right, I guess I'll go left to right. Cliff, you want to pick someone? Well, all the hands that are raised.
We're gonna start picking on you whether you raise your hand or not.
That's true.
Pick someone's hand, whether it's raised or not.
Victorian dad.
Silver Eagle goes.
So my question is for Noelle and her older brother. The reason why the older brother hates on Noelle so much is because she looks too much like mom.
Hate is a strong word. I don't know. Well, Joe, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna do spoilers, but he does have a good reason for hating her. But I think he's just jealous because she's so powerful and so cool and clearly the best Silva. So.
It's true. It's true. I think if you guys, I don't know how far all y'all, we usually preface with like if we're gonna do spoilers or not, but you guys have probably seen at least a little bit where there's maybe like a sequence of Nozell where you get to take a peek into what he really feels, and he's like, oh my baby sister, I love you so much. You're like, and Noelle's like, who is that? But yeah, I think truly there's as any older sibling, I'm the baby in my family, but any older sibling, I think this is something I didn't know. For any older siblings in the room, the elder, did your parents ever say to you, like, look out for your younger insert here? I never got that. I never got that. I was just like, I'm the baby, right? But when you're an older sibling, you get the look out, the responsibility of taking care of your kiddo. It's like, what, but I'm 12. Exactly. So anyway, all that said, to wrap that up and to answer the question is that I don't hate, kids say the darndest things, and I don't think somebody does say, like your existence itself is unnecessary. You can interpret that how you want. I don't know if that's mean. I don't know if that's mean necessarily. But anyway, there's love in there. There's love in there. So great question, thank you. Man, you gotta pick the next question.
Okay, give me red. Red. Sorry.
Red.
Not like an angry red, just solid. This isn't original, but if you guys could pick one of the power stations in the show, not just of your character, which attribute.
It would 1,000% be my character's magic special.
He just said you can't choose your own.
You can't.
He gave me one rule, Brandon.
I have a good reason. I have a very good reason. But I think all of us voice actors are in agreement with, and that is not having to go to airports. Or you wouldn't even have to pack your clothes. You could just portal back to your bedroom, change.
Bed every night.
Oh, wouldn't it be great?
Do you think it'd make you super lazy? Because you can portal everywhere?
Oh, I mean,
Lazy.
it would cut down on emissions. Yeah, it's good for the environment.
It's good for the environment.
Then you leave the portal open and suddenly fans are in your bedroom. I'm gonna go with my character's power because it's really cool. I would love to be able to regrow an arm. Because I play a lot of guys that lose an arm. It's a thing. Didn't know there's something about my voice that just sounds like what that man in the movie sounds like. He's missing his right arm. Here we are. Yeah. There's been counted yesterday. There's been 7 characters in the past 5 years that I've played that heroically or not so heroically lose an arm. Magnolia was the only one to get it back.
Sounds like your voice is very disarming.
Alright, this panel's over.
He is
2 puns. He is the greater punter. Portler and punter.
I'll go with Mimosa's magic. I love plants. I try to have a green thumb, but sometimes I kill them. But I would just have my whole house.
Hey, you're beautiful. Good job, Jill. Good job.
That looks like a bunch of
Alice takes care of them.
to me.
But you've not seen
Oh no,
the
I
thing,
have not
right?
touched these guys. I moved one out of the direct sunlight yesterday, but no, she's the problem on her.
I'm also very clumsy. I have mystery bruises that I don't know where I got them, and so the healing would be super tight.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry. So yeah, those all got Mercury magic, but I know the one rule you gave was you can't pick your own. So I'm not gonna pick my own. I'll pick my sister's. Oh no.
This is what we'll say. Brandon chose long.
Yeah. Portal power. I would pick water. Water bending is cool. I think water bending is cool, and then also all the different stuff you can do with it, like armor and whatnot. You could do that. That's cool. I want to do that too.
I said, jealous.
I'm not jelly. I'm just it's better. It's better. Only this panel only will I ever admit the humility. Every panel does afterward. No, I don't pick that one. No, it's really good. No else know. And then I think about the extent of what the magic I do after, blood bending. I know this is going into Avatar world. That'd be dope. Side note, I played the Cabbage Merchant once in that series, and I was I'm one step closer to being any kind of bender, cabbage bender.
You're a cabbage bender.
I'll take it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Damn, puns, you guys. Anyway.
And I guess mine would be, it's always a toss-up between Charmy and Marks. But I think just given what we're doing right here today and having to figure out how to, position my phone and make sure the internet's good enough to run a Zoom call for an hour, but Marx's magic, where he can just kind of broadcast whatever he's seeing to basically the entire kingdom at will. I think it would be really cool to just be able to go you see and like somebody gets a pop-up in their day-to-day life. It's just like a FaceTime they can't decline. Just like look at
Ultimate advertiser.
Dallas came home from the grocery store one day, and like, you know, you see someone at Walmart, and Dallas was like, I wish I had Marx's power. I wasn't gonna take out my phone and photograph this person, but I just wanted to show you.
See what I see.
Yeah. Like all those moments where I'm like, God, I wish someone else could see this, and they could without me having to like make them viral on TikTok or whatever.
Great question. Who's next up? Who's picking?
Tatum.
That was you? We gotta pick it. Hat's right there. Hat's right here.
What one Pokemon do you think your character would have?
Pokemon. Which one, Dallas? Which one does Asta have?
Machamp.
Machamp?
That's a good. Finral would be Squirtle, and they would never evolve him.
Oh,
He would stay Squirtle. That is cute.
It's real cute.
I would have to be Charmander, like, right?
Yeah.
It's other contest. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Is Giratina the one of spatial? Like, yeah, okay. The Giratina. Yeah. And plus, I think he's Satan, so like, Satan, so yeah, so.
The big cosmic centipede guy, right?
Yeah. The one from Pokemon Platinum.
Yeah.
He's Vaporeon? The water?
Vaporeon.
Vaporeon. That one.
The water Eevee.
Sorry.
I know what you mean. I would go, I guess, I was trying to think of one with like a funny hairstyle, because Nozelle's got the braid, but I really think he would do like Tandemaus. Just like these two little mice that just stand there. Yeah. And then you turn your back and you turn around, now there's four of them. And you're like, oh, he's like, is he getting more? Yeah, well, you always got questions, right? You're like, how are there more of you? It's like, worry about it.
Is it mitosis?
And then when they attack, you know, they mean business. Their mouth gets like 3 times their size. Anyway, yeah. Tandemaus, I say. Tandemaus.
You know, Rico, every Pokemon's name is a pun. You know that, right?
Not all of them.
Sure, all of them. Well, like
Not
Tepig.
all of them. All of them.
Tepig is a portmanteau of tepid and
Yeah, I understand that. There's a lot, obviously.
Pignite, Ambor.
Yeah, you're just naming the ones that are puns. There's got to be one that isn't, though. There's got to be one like.
Squirt Turtle.
Oh no.
I'll find one. I'll think of one and I'll bring it to you. Blastoise.
Dark and dry.
Dark.
Do you guys think of one that isn't a pun? It's not a pun. It's just putting 2 words together. Yeah, that's a portmanteau. Which one? Jirachi? See, that's not a pun.
It might be in Japanese.
Yeah, it's combination of Ghirardelli and Jirachi.
Thank you for trying. It says these things and then I sleep and I can't go to bed at night. I feel like, surely one of them. Surely one of them.
Not to completely derail this panel for 1 second, but Felicia Angel, who's a voice actress, her husband is convinced that Blastoise's name should be pronounced Blastus, because you say tortoise, right? Oh. So it should be Blastus. And so I was like, no man, it's Blastoise. And so he sent me a text one day and he's like, all right, smart guy, so if you took Torkoal and you fused it with Blastoise, how would you say its name? And I was like, Blastball, obviously. Because he was trying so hard to go to tortoise, but like, yeah, I was like, Blastball. Next question? Like,
You're destroying Graham's brain.
Anyway, so that's a decide.
See, he's incepted me.
Charizard should be Charizard.
Charizard?
As we say, lizard.
Charizard.
Combination of cheese and
I
lizard.
don't like it.
Whose turn is it? Is yours, Joe? Pick someone, Joe. Select your Pokemon.
I choose you.
I choose you. Blastus.
Okay, so you as a person, not your character, if which Magic Knight squad would you be hopeful to get into?
Silver Eagles. Okay. now you guys go.
At the beginning, what squad would you want to be in if you...
Beginning of the show.
Coral peacocks, they seem really, really chill.
You guys seem pretty chill. Coral peacocks.
Yeah, because it's Sunday at a con, I'm gonna steal that answer. Like that's, I just want to chill and look pretty.
I mean, I aspire. Me personally. I think I'd aspire to. It's almost like Golden Dawn, right? Right? Yeah. Yeah. I'm so afraid I'm gonna like misremember something. And no, that's not what it is. I mean, like, I don't know if I'd make it though. I'd aspire. I'd aspire for a lot of things.
I don't think I want any of that. I think I just want to like chill.
Well, guess what? We got the Magic Knight squad for you. Coral peacocks, right?
I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, obviously, it would be nice to say that I have that rebellious Black Walls energy, but I simply don't. I think I can form pretty hard, pretty regularly. But I think I would, if I had my pick, it would probably be the Aqua Deer, just because Uriel seems like a fun captain, seems like you could really get a chance to be creative in that space, and I think that would be the most fulfilling.
Like, really good, thoughtful answer. That was like, damn, you're gonna be reinvesting. I'm like, Silver Eagles are so tight. Never mind, I changed my answer.
I had to think about this show very hard for like 6 years.
I was like, yours has layers, bro. Great question. What about, was it my turn? Show me your hands. The brave one.
The brave one. All right, so Cliff, calm this to wheels. All right, calm this to wheels.
What is it?
Brandon,
Yeah.
do you think Turtle takes pleasure in being the wheels? Do you think he's like, he says he hates it, or really he takes pride in being so
You can't go
important?
to the bathroom.
Even if it's just
Or do you need to pee? Is that Finral's evil, like his evil arc? I think there maybe is a little bit of that. He doesn't realize his own power. So I'm hoping that, he'll realize his power. Everyone's gonna be so uncomfortable without him. He's the most pivotal member.
May I ask a follow-up question? Would you grace us all with an evil laugh for Fenroll that's completely inappropriate? Like once.
Oh no, it decayed at the end.
Definitely. I always love the villain laughs. They're like, yes, one day you shall bow to me.
It's because no one else is laughing at the jokes, and I'm like, I'll get it started.
It's the Muppet movie, the maniacal. All right, it's my turn, right?
It's you, Cliff.
Put them hands up. Let's go right here.
All right. Sorry, I'm gonna say something. It's probably gonna upset somebody.
I'm pissed.
You especially. Well, I don't know. But all right. Seriously. So who's the next Wizard King, and why is it Flegoleon for million?
Who's the next Wizard King, and why is it really?
It's Flegoleon's sister. Let's be real.
I mean, she'd be good for it, but I don't think she wants it, and I do think it is a voluntary position. You can't make someone be the Wizard King, I don't think. But Flegoleon is a really good pick. There's always, because these kids are like, there's been a time skip and everything, but they're still 18, 19 years old where they are in the story right now. They're not old enough to be magically responsible for an entire kingdom. So I think
Magically
really
responsible.
Yeah.
I love that. Do you find yourself magically responsible? I don't know if Leon is magically responsible.
I don't know, he has objectively the best drip of the entire cast, so he certainly looks the part. But I don't know, I don't want that responsibility. I mean, maybe that's probably why he should have it, you know, because you don't want someone to be king who wants to be king. We all know how that turns out.
It's not a good look.
Yeah. So, all right, I humbly accept your nomination to be king.
I don't know, I feel like Nozel would be a good wizard king. I feel like he'd be a good wizard king. That's an opinion, it's a nice opinion. Everyone has one. Everyone has one of those, I hear. Not everyone has a braid, sexy Nozel Silva.
I feel like there's an air of like noblesse oblige that Boygoleon has that the Silva family I feel like largely does not. Like
That's true.
It's an outdated concept, but I do think that Boygoleon is a little more people-minded than Nozel is.
It's a firmer fist. It's a rule with a firmer fist. Are you saying arrogance?
It's called fight now, Nico. You and I have to fight for the crown.
There's a lot of tension between Nozel and Boygoleon.
I know. Maybe all know there's more to it than that.
I just feel that. I don't know what that is though. Fire and mercury? Is it just elements? What is that?
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, actually, it makes sense because, you know, fire, temperature, right? What makes the thermometer work? Mercury.
Oh, that's incredible. So we're like eggs and bacon.
One measures
Well, there's
one justifies the
There's
other's
also-
existence.
Oh, I see where you're headed with this.
there's also I think
One lifts the other up. One makes the other rise to.
Oh, where's this season going?
Anyway, next question.
I'm make sure I get this right, but I'm pretty sure that the Boygoleon and Nozel, their rivalry has less to do with who they are as people and more to do with who their families are, because there are, I think, like 3 noble families that we get a really good look at in Black Clover, and it's the Silvas, it's the Vermilions, and it's the Rulicases. Finral and Longris's family, and I think that Finral and Longris's family are like, they understand that they are sort of a mid-tier noble family, but I think that the Silvas and the Vermilions, because they're both descended directly from the first Wizard King, they have a sort of like jockeying for top position that I think runs in all of their families.
None of them want to be mid, but some are that way.
I said backstage that Dallas is the Black Clover encyclopedia, and they're showing off their stuff.
This is great, yeah. You guys gotta like please. Plumb the knowledge, you guys. Ask some really challenging questions.
Yeah. Do you have a difficult question? It was a difficult question.
Let's try to stump Dallas.
Yeah.
Difficult question.
Oh no, it's internet, it's
Oh no, that's Questions. Any questions?
Wait. Jacob, did you raise your hand? Are you a Black Clover fan? Yeah. Come on.
Where?
It's our sound guy, Jacob.
Where? Oh, I'm coming. Here. Oh, hey, bro.
That's great. Let's hear it for Jacob, our sound guy. Hey!
Kind of a funny thing. I sit through all these panels all the time and stuff, and half the time I have no idea what people are talking about. I'm learning about the shows as people talk, right?
Yeah.
But my ex-wife and I binged Black Clover when it first came out during COVID, right?
Oh my gosh.
And what's really funny is finding out the character that you played, Brandon, because my ex had a crush on you. I'm sitting here going, wait a second, that name sounds familiar. I'm still looking it up and I'm going, really?
Sound anytime.
I don't normally get to interact on this level if I'm not working like a heavy metal show or something, right?
Yeah.
And so just having that moment here, and the fact that it's you
You were like, I know him.
My day. Hell yeah! Wait. I have a follow-up question. Were you exes at the time?
Did this ruin your marriage?
Oh, yeah. But I wouldn't have minded if it was him anyways. So it's fun.
Let's give it up for AD, guys! And this is the Black Clover panel that is most like a rock concert now. This is the closest one. Amazing.
Continuing direct home discovery.
I think it is a
All right, who wants to be picked? Who wants to be
I see you there. Yes.
Just pop in on a frame.
Is there like a moment in the show or a line, it can be yours or different characters, that just every time it's said, you just burst out laughing? One that really sticks with you?
Mine is, I am your superior! And then he said, crying.
Lines to make you laugh.
This was a Chris Sabat ad-lib, less talking, more portaling.
Yeah, the lead up to that is my favorite part of it. The like just Finral innocently asking, like, what are you doing on the side? And Sabat's character Yami just turned to him, what are you on the side? And that just directly precedes less talking, more portaling.
That's a good dynamic.
I don't know if Fergali has any funny lines. It's the whole thing though with him and his sister. Whenever he's like, like, how dare you, whatever. And he turns around and he's like, but she's so good. Like it's that whole like, it's that like that dichotomy because he has so much respect for her and is terrified of her at the same time, which is appropriate. That's an appropriate response to that character. But yeah, I love that dichotomy. I wish they'd give him some funny lines. That'd be great. Like, they could, like just give him all the dad jokes. Like, all the jokes Cliff's making today. He's like, Pokemon, all of them are actually puns.
Yes, very
The orchid's on fire! Pay attention. We're also serious, yeah. I think I was always a very serious guy too. Not a lot of jokes being said unless it's imaginative. And he doesn't like play with his fans. It's also serious, except for with Yami. And I have been bombed by Chris Sabat before because they have a tense relationship as well. I think I made a comment about I'm like, finish that. What is that thing that hangs out of Yami's mouth? Is that the cigarettes? What is that? Like, I made so many comments. I would just like bomb Chris and be like, get that thing out of your mouth. What is it? Stop it. And yeah, Sabat would just reply, but probably not appropriate to say what he said. Anyway, yeah.
I didn't know it was supposed to be. I feel like there was an episode where I don't remember exactly what she says, but they're just doing housework at the Black Hole's hideout, and Noelle's like, I can't help. I don't know what any of this is, and that really chuffed me.
Cleaning. I don't do that.
And since I just built off of Jill's when she gave the less talking, more portaling bit, my other favorite is of Mark's, Aaron Disney's character. They need him to do his broadcasting thing, and so they send Yami to get him, and Yami comes back dragging him by like the scruff of his neck on his cloak and pulling him through the door, and Mark's like stiffens up and he straightens his clothes and he dusts himself off and he says, my personality suggested that I needed to be dragged here. And I just thought that was really good.
I've never met a real pirate, so I have no frame of reference. But like, the creeper is just a dude who's like, I know some of those. This is kind of personal and terrifying. Why does he look like my youth minister?
Oh no!
My go-to favorite cartoon, I still watch it sometimes, like I got it on DVD, is Beast Wars Transformers.
Yeah!
Like, so excellent, the voice acting still is incredible to this day. So good.
I just remembered Freakazoid.
My parents were very cheap, so we had like 7 television channels, and one of them every Saturday, 4 kids. To me, Sanji will always have a Brooklyn accent.
When you started that, we're like, oh, my parents were very cheap. I'm like, did you like draw your own cartoons?
We had a box.
I did have notebooks full of my own cartoon characters that I drew.
Okay, real quickly, does anyone remember a weird little British cartoon that sometimes came over, sometimes not, called Danger Mouse? Okay, so I didn't just, that wasn't a fever dream for my youth, that actually existed. Okay, just wanted to confirm.
For me, it was less about what I watched on Saturday and what I watched at 3 in the morning when I couldn't sleep. Because I had a DirecTV box in my bedroom so that I wouldn't annoy my parents by constantly wanting to watch kid stuff on the big TV. But I would watch, get up at 3 in the morning, can't sleep. I would watch like The Tick on Disney. Friggin', what was the other one? I don't remember the name of this anime, but I remember the theme song just kind of kept saying that we're going to Shinzo over and over again. It was a boy with many sets of armor. Rave Master was a big one late at night on my television set. And that old Spider-Man, like the '67 original, like Spider-Man animation. Those were my big things growing up.
When you said the big TV, I felt that. A little one. Maybe when everyone looks around, I can cut my SNES. Guest thoughts. Oh my goodness, there's a wave going on back there. Is it my turn? Is it yours? Is it my turn? I select the wave. What is occurring back here? That's all right. I don't know.
Just curious, how much did the original performances inform your performance, and do you guys get to see the original performance before you do it, and do you ever have like disagreements of translations, like do you give notes? Great question.
So we do preview the Japanese like right before we come in. Yeah, the director will highlight a few cues or whatever, or sometimes we preview the whole scene. So yes, we are working off of the Japanese. I think in the case of both Asta and Noelle, the Japanese seiyus were like brand new, and I was only a few years into my career. I think I personally went a little harder on some of the action-y stuff, just because, yeah, I grew up watching Shonen and stuff. Yes, I don't know. It was good. I like somebody else talk. You're correct.
First of all, I love the original voice actor for Finral is fabulous, and I really try to channel that energy as much as possible. It's funny you asked that question of do you ever have disagreements with the translations? I almost never. But I feel like I'm in a unique position because my degree is in Japanese and I worked in Tokyo as a translator at a tech company. So in the back of my mind when I'm previewing, I'm always trying to analyze the Japanese performance. I'm like, oh, intonation here, what's that voice acting? Okay, what's okay, cool. Trying to glean everything. And very, very rarely. I think there's only been one time in my entire career where I turned to the director and I went, I'm so sorry, I don't want to be that guy that's actually, that's not what they're singing. But I feel like that's really rude to say. I said, I'm so sorry, but you have to understand that this line is exactly the opposite of what is being said in the Japanese. I would not pull this ever, but you just need to know. And I think Home was the top translator information at the time, and they called her, and she was like, wait, what actor is this? Who is this? And they're like, oh, it's Brandon. And she was like, oh, it's Brandon? Yeah, let me look at him. And I was like, oh, that was very validating. And she was like, yep, yeah, he's right, we gotta change this. And that's the only, I'm so sorry to stop production, because that's you don't want to do that. You don't want to be the problem actor, don't do that. But I was like, so sorry, but I just think we kind of there was never anything wrong, but it was cool, especially when you were doing Dr. Stone. We looked at the Gen stuff a lot, and you were very particular about how you wanted.
Oh yeah. Because Gen, his character in Dr. Stone speaks in Pig Latin sometimes, which is a carryover from the Japanese, because he'll flip the word structure order. So like he'll say "doi" instead of "hidoi," so it was adapted in the manga as Pig Latin. And then in the subtitled version, they just didn't do it. They're just like, this isn't important. I was like, that's super important. That's like his thing. And so we put it back in. We put it into the dub. There were a lot of that actually in Dr. Stone. Like we put a lot of the characters' catchphrases and things back in the show that were. They didn't honor them in the subtitled version for some reason, but that's not my call. Look, I don't care about the sub. Everyone else will be like, the sub's truer. I'm like, you don't even get what they're really saying.
It's a translation.
Whatever.
I feel like I went harder too on the Silva family too, by the way, just a side note. Like all the action sequences for the Silvas, I know like you listen to the Japanese or the Chinese or the Korean, whatever happens to be, different people come with different energy. But I don't know about y'all, but if you were casting a spell, I don't know. I like to think about certain energies is shot for. But yeah, I'm like, this is, I'm gonna do it. I'm going to give you what I feel this is, which is, I think, really nice to get some variety. But sorry, I didn't interrupt you.
Yeah, that's all good. For Mongress, is Seiyu's Kaito Ishikawa, who I've been the counterpart of a handful of times, Ida in My Hero and stuff. So for me, I can't think of any specific example where I was like, oh, I should do it more this way or more that way. Like Ishikawa-san is a very good Seiyu. So I think I just was like, I'll just follow your lead on this one. But yeah. But it also Mongress isn't in the show very much, so I don't have as much of the I don't feel like if we were talking about like My Hero, Bakugo is a part of my life. Like I could hear Bakugo in my head. Like I will know exactly if this is a sentence that Bakugo would say. Longress, because of my exposure to him, has been fewer and farther between, and there was a period where he was possessed by an elf, and
It's not even him.
like stuff. I'm like, he's coming into his own from like all these weird different points, so it's very difficult for me to be like, I know better, so like I don't feel like I've ever given any notes on Longress.
No notes. No notes. I mean, I worked as a writer for very many years, and so I would learn how to kind of turn that off in the booth, because I might not necessarily disagree with an adaptation. Be like, okay, that's what's being said and whatever. But I don't know a little bit differently, because obviously I'm always like, well, whatever. But I had to turn that off, because I'm like, you have to kind of compartmentalize sometimes. When in this business we all wear kind of all the hats. It's how creators make a living. You don't just do one thing. You're like, I can also direct. I can also write, because put me in, coach. The rent's due. You have to learn to kind of compartmentalize, because like Brandon was saying, if you have opinions about everything, the director's kind of like, yeah, that's good, just shut up and do the job you're being paid for, please, because we have deadlines. But yeah, you just kind of learn to like take the energy of it. I don't speak Japanese, so it puts me in a position where I'm not going to like critically appraise the performance, because like I'm just going by the sheer music of what I'm hearing, rather than knowing the meaning of the words, except based on the translation I'm looking at. So that gets the actor is just now not reduced to, but for me, I'm just taking the it's like listening to a tune without knowing what the lyrics are, and being like, okay, well that's cool, and not my job is to put lyrics in there, and yeah, so I don't really necessarily think about like, oh, it's a challenge, like, oh, I can do better or worse. It's more like, cool, how do I honor that but also make it my own, which is always the thing. You don't want to just do a straight up imitation, because I find that deeply insulting to the original performance. Just like it's just you have actors kind of have to find their own way into a role. And that's not to say I don't think critically about what we're seeing, but they are, our performance is informed by it, but it's more of a texture, more of a musical sort of vibe thing than the specifics of the performance, except in maybe isolated cases. Mostly you're just trying to kind of capture the tune, so to speak. Maybe that's just how my brain works.
Well, speaking about the tune, something about Dallas and Asta, and like, what is the tune of that, my friend? Like, do you find yourself,
Well, it was really easy to kind of find my own sound for Asta because I had to immediately. Because from the moment you first hear that kid yell, I remember looking directly at Chris Jordan and saying, well, I can't do that. And he said to me, well, we don't want you to do that. We want you to, like, you know, we're gonna take him a little more, we're gonna take him a little lower, we're gonna take him, you know, a little more, you know, excited, but perhaps not that kind of excited. So the yells were still obviously there, they gotta be at Asta, but we were, from like Q1, we were kind of doing it differently than it had been laid down originally. And that is, I believe, Dr. Kajiwara's first role, and it's a big first one to get. And I think he went on to do Fire Force after that. So like he's just been doing that. You can still say, sorry, I have a great deal of respect. Yeah, like hearing what he did immediately kind of put me in a fight or flight state where I had to flee from what he was doing and fight to find something comparable that fit within my vocal register. And so yeah, as the series went on, it was easier to read his energy because I, you know, had never seen him in anything else, and you kind of got to get a sense of what an actor is bringing to the table over the course of like several shows a lot of the time. Like when I did Angels of Death, oh man, I'm blanking on his name, but he's like one of the most prolific saves in the industry, so it's like, all right, well, I know what you're putting down.
It's Bobby
It's nobody goes alone.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, you've got a long list of stuff to research that guy's vibe. But with Asta, I had nothing to go on, so I had to just make my own way up the wall.
It's super cool, man. I think about, because Cliff brought up, you direct me in Dr. Stone, and when we did Taiju, context clues, like he's loud, he's dumb, he's a big oaf, and everything is just a lot. He's a lot. He's very loud. Everyone's like, that guy's loud. And I'm like, oh man, Cliff. Do you want me just to go, you know, balls to the wall like that? It's like, we'll find our thread. We'll thread the needle where we're gonna do it, because yeah, it's interesting that exactly what you said, where that fight or flight analysis, where you hear the first cue and you're like, oh, and you look at your director. All right, here we go.
So this is what you think of me.
So this is what you think of me. What do you mean? Anyway, great question. That was a lovely question. Thank you. Oh, more questions?
Where's that?
Whose turn? I don't know whose turn it is. I chose the wave. I selected the whole wave back there. So
You chose
I think it's back
the
to
wave.
you, or Jill, did you go?
I think we're...
Okay.
Back to you, Cliff.
Second me. We're going to Straw Hat.
Straw Hat.
What would you say is the best example of using your own power for yourself? In real world, if you had your powers, what would be the best example of musical?
No, you're good, brother. So you're saying, like, if we had our powers for the show, Black Clover, in the real world, how would we use
What would be
them?
the best? Yeah, what would be the best way you could use it?
The best we use our powers that we have in the show and in the real world. I feel like you were already talking about this, right?
Yeah, we go to conventions. We get to conventions right on time. We get home right on time.
Taking it to the last second. He'll be here. He'll be here.
Hey guys, I'm here.
Noelle can like do her water bubble and bring all of her friends under the ocean. So, yeah, I don't.
That's cool as heck.
I've always wanted to go scuba diving, but I'm scared.
Oh, you should go. We're scuba diving. No, you should do it. You could do it.
So I was scared of scuba diving.
He was.
I'm certified too. I'll go with you guys.
Certified.
We can do silver scuba.
Amazing.
Let's go silver scuba.
But if I were Noelle, I wouldn't have to.
All right, I see where you're headed with this.
It's right, you know, in terms of his magic, you know, there's 101 uses for it, but like I think more in terms of like Florgolian's leadership skills. That's where his like real, I think, power is. and his ability to like speak and like inspire someone that doesn't have confidence. Like, I'm sorry, but the line where he's like, "There's no shame in being weak. The only shame is in staying weak." It's such a cool freaking moment. And so like that wherever he could just like look at someone who's having a rough day and be like, hey, look at me. You got this. You got this. And his arm catches on fire. You know, just for really just for the effect. You know, he's not gonna do anything. He's like, look at me. You're a badass. Like, how cool is that? That would be the use of his power of just giving other people confidence. I think that's the mark of true leadership. Maybe he should be Wizard King. Yeah, back off.
Yeah, you know what?
One arm just burns up immediately.
Dallas, what's the best example of never giving up?
Oh, well, I was thinking more, well, you're asking the wrong person there. I give up faster and harder than anyone else I've ever met in my life. But,
Faster and harder. Sorry.
As far as the physical strength aspect of it goes, I would never have to, like, you finish up in the grocery store, put the bags in the trunk, one trip, just every time. Every bag, all at once.
If I might tack onto that, Dallas gets like bodybuilders at their table, and they're like, "I work out listening to Asta edits, and you pump me up," and Dallas is like, "It did not have that effect on me."
Man.
Yeah, it's just the motivation to work out. That would be very cool. Just like.
Sorry, no, go ahead.
Sorry, no, that's not. Sorry, that's not a dig, but just like Asta loves working out. It's insane. I can't fathom.
Okay, I'm going to take a quick aside here because this just reminds me of this, one of my favorite things. So I said earlier that I play a lot of dudes that lose an arm. One of them, of course, Commander Irvin. And for those of you that have seen Attack on Titan, that big inspirational speech that he gives, it's just hilarious that people think of it as an inspirational speech. People are like, "Yeah, I love that." I'm like, "It means you're about to die.
You're all gonna die."
Yeah, exactly. But you do you. It's great. I'm very proud of that work. But like now, my favorite, you have to understand, for 20 years. Most, my fans are into like, they're into the cute boys. They're into like, Sebastian and Kyoya, that was great. I love that. But now I get these jacked, super macho dudes that want me to sign their weight belts. And we're like, "My shoulders rage." And my favorite thing about it is me being a gay man, and they don't know. They're like, "Captain, my captain." They're like, "Yeah, I hit a PR on bench press in Italy. Listen to that speech." And I'm like, "Oh my God, tell me more." They're so confused and validated at the same time. I love just giving them that experience. We don't ever really get to see his private side, so we don't know. When he's in front of people, it's like, "Yes, let's go." And then down at home, he's just doing his nails, being super catty. Sorry, that had nothing to do with anything, but I just heard that and I was like, "Oh, I so relate to that."
Did you see the colossal Titan armor?
Did you see?
Annie shows up, we don't know her.
In that outfit?
Sorry, I didn't mean to take us. Yes, I did to that
I just fly around.
Because those elk concerns is this Mercury into like a bird and stuff. I don't know if your question applies to like if I could change into other things because I'd make like a cat or something cool. Birds are cool too, but I would do that, or like he does this cool Silver Surfer thing. No spoilers, but like yeah, very Fantastic Four, very MCU. Yeah, travel's cool. I wish I could make a portal though. That would be way better.
Right.
With the power of flight, bugs in your teeth. We'll talk about that. Superman's going super fast. He's like, talk about that.
Alright, I think it's your turn.
My turn. Oh, in the back. First thought, best thought.
There we go. Gotta go fast. I've got to go fast.
Okay, so besides the Wizard King and Asta, as we know, that pretty much inspires everybody, who do you feel in the show so far has inspired your character's growth?
That's a good question. Who's inspired?
I mean, that classic Fuegoleon quote that you said is delivered to Noelle, and it has a really big impact on her. So Fuegoleon, I'll say for just that moment.
I
Golan is probably most inspired by his sibling, and specifically being in between, like the one that's struggling to find themselves and the one that's like, I got this, sit down. You know, like that's such an interesting place as a sibling to be. He's kind of the quintessential middle child, I suppose. And I think that inspires him because one, he's like, I can be her, but I can also be a little better at inspiring the people that are behind me than she is. And so it's like he's just in the middle, and that's like the perfect little inspiration flashpoint, I think, for him. So his siblings, I think.
There's only one time so far that I've cried while recording Black Clover, and that was the fight with Longris, where he's got like, where Finral's got, you know, the chunks missing, you know, and he's like out, and the Black Bulls like jump in front of him and give like this incredibly like heartfelt like speech, like, you don't know, this is our Finral, you know, and it was just like, I remember watching that like crying and like, beautiful.
I feel like for Longers, it's got to be kind of a mixture of, you know, Finral and Asta, and maybe the Black Bulls as a whole, but like, you know, it's following that fight that Longers finally starts to not be possessed by an elf, and then, you know, progress as a person. And
rolling around.
So, you know, he's getting there. So yeah, I mean, I would say it's probably the Black Bulls as a group, but specifically Finral and Asta that most had an effect on Longris.
Obviously, Noel or Nozel, you would never know it outside of the Come Noel. Let us show them the might of the royal house of Silva, where it's like, oh, you talk to me directly. You talk to me directly, big bro. Yeah, there's some moments where you see it, but yeah, there's a lot of classism that happens with Nozel, and so when he's talking to Yami and calling him, you know, filthy commoner and all these things, and says it to Asta as well happily, he's like, you all are, in fact, lower than all of us. And yet, during these fights, you can throw down. Like the respect that is earned in every battle, he never keeps his nose is always in the air just a little bit. But in those fights where it's Yami, it's a game respects game when they're throwing down. I think actually it's in the movie. Did you guys see the movie by chance? Black Clover movie. There's a really BA moment where it's a triple tech, if you like Chrono Trigger, between Fabellion, Yami, and Nozel, where they all use amazing powers. The animation's gorgeous, but they like all work together. And you know they don't interact very often because they're captains of each, you know, squad. But when you see them like as a team work together, you're like, ooh, oh, it's like the massive fight too. Obviously, when you have the trials where you get to see them go literally moving whole chunks of the planet. It's incredible. We love to see those battles, but working together when they're usually in opposition. It's incredible to hear the little smack talk in between. I love Justin Cook's character, like a little like, yeah, just the different personalities of all of them, but like razor focused on what needs to be done. So Nozel's like, yeah, whatever, like keep your commoner magic out of here, and then Yami saves Nozel. As Nozel just has perfect faith that Yami is going to cut through that because he knows him so well. You learn so much in that combat. Similar with the fight with Nozel Noel as well. Like the fights in this show, you guys, you learn so much about the characters and how much they trust each other. It's really beautiful. But anyway, great question.
I've been thinking about it while y'all have been talking, and I think you'd be hard pressed to find a room that Asta didn't walk out of without being inspired by somebody. I feel like every single person that kid meets, he learns something from and takes something from. Even when like he meets all the royals for the first time, he's like, oh man, these guys are real jerks. But he still leaves that day being like, well, they're jerks, but boy, they're all really strong. Yeah, like every person he meets, he's like, I'm gonna use what I learned from you to get even stronger. And that's admirable, but also like it's shades of gullibility. Like you don't need to be inspired by everybody, dog.
I think it's you.
Right here.
Easy.
If you guys would be any other character in any of the other shows that you've been in, what character would you be?
Other shows of Black Clover, if you could be another character, which would you be?
Wait, if we could be like from any other show?
Yeah, and we have to play them like one of the characters we played. Oh, any character. Okay.
So just what's a character that you would like to play, effectively, right? Just a name.
You said to be. Like to be.
To live.
Oh, to be IRL. So not
Yeah, that's it, because my first answer was like, we're actors, whatever role, like, but being, so who would you like to be? Who would you most like to be?
Or not to be?
I'll start, because I've had this question, or this answer in my pocket for years, but there's a lovely little show that I did thousands of years ago called Spice and which came back last year. And it's pleasure. I see the literary crowd is here. It's a beautiful show, and Lawrence is a very real character. Like, he's very grounded in reality. The way he thinks, the way he lives is very based on how people actually lived in that time period. And he's just so well written, and the situation he's in, even though it's a high fantasy, is still very grounded in the day-to-day kind of life of a peddler, an itinerant traveling peddler. And I just love that life. I got so into that show, getting into that character, that I'm like, I would love, like, there's a lot of characters that would be fun to be for like a day. But then like, yeah, I would love to be for Golan for a day, but then that also sounds like a lot of responsibility. Maybe just a day. Maybe I could just slip into it like a warm bath and then come out whenever I want. But Lawrence, I would just love to follow that entire arc of his life from cradle to grave, as it were, just for the experience. That would be really, really cool. And I can't really explain why. It was just some sort of connection I made with him that I'm like, I'd love to be that character at that place and time doing what he does.
That's awesome. Anyone else got a character that you want to be as bad as Taylor wants to be?
If I could be any character that I've voiced, I guess I would probably pick Kappa from Dragon Ball Super. Because it would be really cool to be a Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Whenever anyone's always like, who would win a fight between all your characters? I'm like, it's hard to beat a Super Saiyan. Like, the power scaling is ridiculous. But also because, like, things in his universe just don't seem that bad. Like, it's not like in Goku's universe, there's always somebody who's like, we're here to destroy the planet. Like, whatever. Universe 6, things seem kind of chill, So, like, I feel like it'd be kind of good. If I were any Super Saiyan, it'd be like, it's a pretty relaxing life as Kappa. So, I'd say Kappa.
There's a show that I'm actually working on right now called To Be Hero X. Yeah, okay, thank you. You should watch it. It's a donghua, so not an anime. Donghwas kick butt. Chinese animation is the future. But my character is named Lucky Cyan, and she has the superpower of luck. Just everything works out for her. Even when she's trying to fail, she doesn't. She always wins. That would be great. Amazing.
That's, by the way, my favorite. Sometimes whenever you're done a My Hero panel, what's your favorite power? I'm like, I just want a 20 in luck. Just so you walk into the room, they're like, freeze! And then all of them, it felt, they get hit by the room, they slip on a banana peel bananas, whatever. Just something happens and it works out.
See, we were going somewhere with the bananas.
I brought it back, you guys, our full circle. Justified it. It's off my heart. Anyway, I just want to say that's great.
I never heard the question. Oh, like if you could be any character. Gosh, all the anime I think of have horrible scenarios that aren't oh no, that would not be fun. Well, I guess if I had to pick one, gosh, this is. I feel like I can do better than this. Mafia and Given. It's sad, but also he's vibing with his friends, making music, and I like that part.
That is nice.
Yeah, I like that part.
It is kind of hard to imagine. I think about any My Hero universe. There's a lot of violence going on. There's a lot of hard stuff. I thought immediately of Grimgar of Ashes and Illusions because I love rogues and RPGs, but then I'd have to be a murder hobo to survive. And when I think about just murdering goblins and they're screaming at me, please no, in their language, and I'm like, I have to. I'm sorry. It's kind of hard to do that. So I think I might. Yeah, I have a family. I'm like, I'm so sad. I learned goblin. This is so bad. I hate this for me. I feel like a good anime to be in the world, and I was thinking about how nice it would be to be in the Fragrant world, which is my variable in that show, and even though like, because I don't know, you guys, I keep thinking this is a very magical weekend. We were talking about magic a lot. I want to know what is it like. What's it like to like learn magic and to like create it? What's it feel like? Does it tingle? Does it float? What's the? I don't know. That's just on my mind. So in a world of magic, that would be really cool to see. And then yeah, talk to an elf who was like 3,000 years old, and they're like, it'll be fine. Oh, human, you're okay. You know, you'll be okay. It's everything's gonna be okay.
She's gonna die in like 50 years anyway, so whatever.
Yeah, but you don't care about this.
It's not fun, bye. I feel like that's what Elvis would say. Just enjoy yourself more.
Yeah, I want advice on Elvis.
It's not much time, so enjoy it.
Yeah, I picked a favorite one. And really any drink for that.
Dallas?
Yeah, what do you want me, Dallas?
Oh man, I've been sitting here thinking about it, hoping that maybe you would forget me because I don't.
We can't forget.
I can't see what y'all see. Am I literally just like the guy in Half-Life City 17? Just
yeah, you're great. You're a hologram floating above all of us.
It's actually very like, you know, like Hatsune Miku, you know, like the hologram, like it's not like that.
That's something at least.
You look great.
But I think to kind of go off Lift's answer there, that Tournament of Power, I play Lakir, one of the gods of destruction from one of the other universes, and Lakir's universe does not have to take part in the Tournament of Power because they are ranked #1 in strength of all of the other universes. So he just kind of gets to sit in the stands and watch, knowing that his universe is safe because they've already proven themselves, and that seems like a pretty sweet gig. That would probably be a fun one. Also, I would get to be a fox with many tails, which has been a dream of mine since I played Sonic. So yeah, I think that would be a good one.
Two birds with one stone. Great question. You got us thinking.
Oh, right there.
Oh, right next door. Hello.
So I just wanted to know how you guys feel about being an isekai for Yami.
That's exactly what Black Clover is. It's Yami's isekai.
Oh, Black Clover's actually isekai. Could it be? Because of Yami. So Yami's been, what would you title the new, because this is a question for you. We've answered a lot of questions, but what would you title this anime? Well, then, I mean,
It would have to be a lot of words.
like a filthy commoner from 2025 gets teleported to a magical world. So my mother's a vending machine. And she,
Has the power.
and my girlfriend's a spider. What do you guys think? What do you guys What's the fan theory?
So Yami portrays a ton of Japanese culture, the fact that he uses a sword, and the way he looks, and the fact that the first Wizard King, or excuse me, Julius the Wizard King, finds him just on a shipwreck thing that he washed up on shore. He uses dark magic, which is not really used anywhere else. So the whole fan theory behind Yami being the isekai character into the Black Clover world, therefore making Black Clover an isekai.
Dude, that makes sense. This is the first time I've heard that, and that makes perfect sense.
He comes from a country known as the Land of the Sun.
Japan!
We've seen it in the manga, and
He didn't speak the language either.
Guys. Dallas, did you know this? Is this in your compendium?
Well, I mean, it's not. Well, that's the thing. I've been trying to poke holes in it, right? Because I'm like, well, we know we've seen it. It's in the manga. Asta goes there, but Asta gets sent there by essentially. It seems like it is one of the moments where it's like, oh my God, Asta's dead, and then he wakes up in Yami's world, and then in a moment of great strife back in Clover Kingdom, he is sent back to the Clover Kingdom. So like, it is a world that exists within the fiction of Black Clover, but it is not here. Whether it's a world, it's a place that's accessible by like traditional means. Like, I don't know if you could sail there, or if there's a border. It might legit. Oh my God, there's more.
This is what I'm saying. See, I see you struggling with it, and I'm like, if you really think about it, though.
Very.
Well, okay, here's my thing. I'll take this much. There's my all-time favorite game is Chrono Trigger. Every person has like a different element that they represent, lightning. But shadow magic is something that's very unique and special because it is the absence of like an element. There's one character, Vegas, who has this and like the whole story behind it. But anyway, when I see Yami and I see his magic, I thought about that. I was like, man, he's unlike any other person in this place. And sure, he's anime cool, he's badass and scratched out and all this stuff. But is he from here? Is he from Columbus, Ohio? Anyway, what are you guys' thoughts?
I mean, I think we covered it. Our idea was like, we're an isekai? I mean, that's the thing. The denizens of whatever magical land the character has been transported to, that's just home to them. They're like, oh, who are you, stranger? So, I don't know. Hey, if I go in, we're like, what's an isekai? Can we use it to fight?
That's a cool theory, though. I'm gonna it recontextualizes the entire show.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna say fan theory that it's Nozelle's little brain jewel that is the conduit, and that's why he summons Yami to and fro. Anyway, I'm metagaming it. Doesn't make sense now, but it will later. Great, thank you for accepting all of us with that. Anyway, the question.
We have time, I think, for maybe
two more questions. It's my turn.
Your turn. I heard a laugh over there. There's none. Oh, you!
Okay, so you previously said that Bakugo kind of just lives in your head.
Yeah.
Do any of the rest of you have characters that live rent-free in your head? Because Bakugo seems like a scary character to have in your head all the time.
It's not like he talks to me. Don't lie. He's talking to you right now, isn't he?
Talks a little bit more at cons. I mean, it's usually characters that we live with the most, like it's Connie from Attack on Titan, I worked on that show for 10 years, My Hero's on its 9th year, 8th season, we've done all these video games and movies and stuff like that, so that's kind of how that develops, I'd have to really think about it if there were other ones other than... one of my first characters that I ever played, I feel like would count, his name is Kaito. He was the lead character on Robotics Notes, which is like a follow-up show to Steins Gate. He's one that I would say kind of lives within me because when I booked him and my friends watched it, they were like, you're not even acting, this is just you. So Kaito is kind of like the most me character that I've ever played, probably. So those ones, I could hear them when we're in the production of the shows, it's really easy to hear them. Hide, Tokyo Ghoul, he's someone I know Hide very well. So, what do you guys think?
I relate to Fern in Rerun a lot. She is kind of the youngest of the crew, but she's the one, she's like, I'm gonna do the laundry, I'm gonna make the list and make sure that we have all of that and make the budget and stuff. But when she has to talk to a person, she's like, what? And it's like, I have to make a phone call and schedule a doctor's appointment, and that to me is suddenly incredibly hard. But I can mop my floors and do the taxes, and for whatever reason that's much easier than making a single phone call.
I so relate to that. They all kind of live in your head after a while, because they're all kind of part of you, and so different characters will kind of insert themselves into your brain depending on the situation you're in. I'm very socially awkward, and so when I have to do things and I'm like, I don't want to interact. So I'm like, how would Sebastian do this? And then if I become Sebastian, then kind of borrowing his confidence or whatever. But he's probably the one that lives in my head the most because he's just, he's been around for a very long time. I don't have an inner monologue. I know a lot of people do, right? Who here has an inner monologue? Where there's it's, okay, yeah. I do not. God knows I have an outer monologue. But no, inside I just nothing. It's just all shapes and sounds. but I will frequently like, if I'm like, you know, rather than the voice in your head that's judging you for doing something that you think is dumb, it's like, oh really, that's what you're wearing today? It's not a voice, it's not Sebastian's voice, it's just his form and being like, like, it's just like, judging face? Yeah, it's Sebastian's like resting bitch face every time. Yeah, that's kind of what goes in my head. But you were talking about robotics nodes and bringing up Steins Gate. Steins Gate was the first time I had ever like, you know, like a never-ending story. You know, we've all seen never-ending story where like the bookseller's like, these books are safe. This one isn't safe. You know, like that's totally what someone should have told me about Steins Gate. Like these other shows you put on are safe. This one you're going to bring home and it's going to affect your daily life because you're not going to have the chops to draw the distinction between where you end and Okabe begins and vice versa. You know, we talk about method acting all the time, and you know, the public the perception of method acting is like, you know, dumbasses like Jared Leto who are like, I am the Joker all day. Shut up. The real, like, if you study it, method acting isn't about like just being the character 24/7. That's psychotic. Method acting is being able to switch it on and off, like, you know, so you don't take it home. So you're in the scene and you're like action, you go in the scene and you're living it, and then cut, and then you, for self-care reasons, turn it off. So you've developed things like, especially characters whose trauma reflects things you've been through in your own life. It's really important to have those boundaries. And we all have had those experiences in the booth or on stage or wherever we act. And I had never, up to that point in my career, had a role that got on top of me like that. And so I never had boundaries with any of my characters. So I'm like, oh, it's very, very easy. I'm not actually a demon, so it's easy to remind myself that I'm not Sebastian. Or things like that. But then Okabe, what he was going through, what he felt, and how he had to live it over and over and over again, so much. And I was like, oh, I should have come into this with a little more technique, because it's just me having a sustained mental breakdown for 26 episodes. And I'm very proud of that performance, but when they came back with Steins Gate 0 7 years later, I was like, shit. So that one lived rent-free in my head, and kind of still does, as a reminder of like, take care. Acting can really mess with you if you don't have strong boundaries. Yeah.
Well, again, it's fun. Again, from Dr. Stone. It is a fun one that I feel is very close to me at all times. The other one, oddly, Mushoku Tensei, who watches Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation. Do you know Man God? The judge and queen that is Man God? Those are my inside thoughts. Oh, did that not work out for you? That sounds awful. Man God's like you.
I feel the same way as you, Michael. I don't have like I don't like Bear. It's the same thing, but it's not like just Pucker, like a character was just constantly talking to me, anything like that. I like to think sometimes of like Mirio's ceaseless positivity, but just because his worldview is so specific because of that it could perhaps lift me up. Like I coach myself into a thing with this character. But I love to your point when you mentioned earlier, Michael, about like letting go of a character. If you guys have watched My Hero Academia, there's one bit where Mirio has to say goodbye to Sir Night-Eye. Very emotional scene. You had to do it very quickly because it was like when you have line counts, you typically only book like a little bit of time. And at that time, Alexis Tippin was subdirecting, who was playing May Bae in the show because Pauline was away clicking beard. And so I come in, she's like, "Hey Rico, we got you real fast." It's just like 3 lines, and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry. This is like the most emotional thing." And I go, "It's okay. This is the closest thing to real life you can get." It's like you don't get to say goodbye to people usually, so here we go. We did it in one take. I'm like an emotional mess. Because he is this very bright, positive character, and you have this heavy grief, this heavy goodbye. Like Michael said, I go, cool, we did it, we said goodnight, we said goodbye. And the fun thing about voice acting is literally you close the door, and then you go, all right, so One Piece, okay. like, Laboon, yeah, with a bunch of people who are all cheering and having fun, and it's yo-ho, and I'm like, forgot all the sadness, and it's all good. But then, as I leave that room, because there's another session, I'm leaving the booth, and I open, I still remember to this day, and there's Brandon, who plays Sir Night-Eye.
I had just recorded that scene.
And he had just recorded, so I'm like emotional whiplash, because I just got to like put it to bed and go away, and I look and I see Brandon, and he just goes, and I'm like, and I embrace, we hug
cars, and we went off like ships in the night, like to our separate studios to record the next thing.
Dude, you jacked me up. You like literally, you said, you whispered, you were like, you said, you're so good. But you said it in just like the sweetest, most earnest thing, and I just like, because I heard it also as Mario. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, what? I let that go. What the heck, dude? It was, yeah.
The world has ever seen. You're so good.
Right? See? She's smiling. Yeah, it's beautiful. But anyway, so that was one of those moments where I was like, damn it, I thought I closed the door on it, like quite literally, and then you're...
I hadn't quite closed it yet.
We don't get to do that, you guys. It's not like theater. We don't get to like have the scene and then like go, hey, good job out there. That was awesome. Like I get to hear Jill have this amazing thing, and I'm like, wow, great job. I have to tell the director. I'm like, hey, yeah, Chris, tell Jill's fucking Jill. I'm like, oh man, Chris, way to go, bro. I'm gonna text you randomly. Well, fucking hot, but we don't get that. So anyway, that's just a great observation. Dallas, you're looking. What's in your brain?
Which character?
Just thinking, really, I really don't hang out with these guys much. Like, like you kept saying, you gotta close the door on it, but I really don't even feel like I need to. It's like they might be trying to walk out behind me and I just let it close. But I think probably the most normal boys I've played, like, actually, no, as I'm talking, I don't have the answer. It's usually in response to the question, which character have you played is your least favorite? But it is from Hyoka, the character Sakashi Fukube. He is far too much like me for me to ever get along with. Very, very outgoing, very creative, very bright, but also like so unwilling to deal with anything serious that he will diffuse situations with humor, and then when that stops working, sabotage the situation so that they are no longer present in his life. And it's like, yeah, no, that's me, he's in here and I don't like him. But that is my answer, but for like when I'm at the lowest points in my life. But when everything's fine, it's probably just Yomogi from SSSS Dynasm. Just like, sure, like just asking someone a question when you don't really know how to get a conversation going. But yeah, Sakashi is the one that lives here, but I'm desperately trying to evict him.
Good answer, y'all. Is it? How are we going to?
I think actually that's it. We're at time. I thought we had two more, but like, oh no, we're actors. We're all talking. So I think that's a good place to end, don't you? Yeah. Thank you guys so much.